of a plant painted in I don't know how long.
Since Comic-Con. What's up, everyone?
Yeah.
Welcome to Play Painted Live. We are starting on time. But you're not here, so no viewers right now. Woo! Say whatever we want.
Dicks.
That's what you want to say.
I don't know. The best part is that when
you
you upload this video to YouTube, that's gonna be there forever and ever.
Oh. What's up, Hold on. What?
Someone
Stop.
is totally playing in the background.
There we go. Yeah, because what happens is I have to have the YouTube part on mute. So, okay. So I'm just doing, so we're here with Jill and with Andrew. What are you guys working on? Well, let's start with you, Jill.
I just got home from school.
So you're working on school.
I'm probably going to be doing homework.
All right. That counts, I guess.
I've got my laptop over here. And my jar of cookie butter right there.
Cookie butter.
Right there.
Nice.
But I'm pretty much going to be working on writing a website.
Okay, cool. What about you, Andrew? What are you working on? Maybe Andrew is not on right now.
Oh, I was just on mute.
No, he is.
Okay.
He's just ignoring us.
Yo, can you guys hear me?
There we go.
Okay, I'm working on me Hardee's.
Me Hardee's.
Of course.
Good choice. All right, I'm working on this Dark Space Dark Space Isabeau. And I have this side project of, I call him George, but he's Georg Holbein from El Dorado. So we got that going for us. And I was trying to get this noisy airbrushing part done before the show started, but my airbrush decided that that was not acceptable. So I'm going to do some noisy airbrushing here while we're on air. So, here's our viewers. Thanks for joining, guys. Welcome to Play Painted Live. Let us know what you're painting or what you should be painting. We're just doing our pre-show here during the show. It's like everybody froze up.
Hello?
Yep, still here.
Cool.
Oh, Jill's on mute. I don't know what's going on there, but she's on mute. I'm still painting. Okay, so here's how I do like the fiery orange thing, just so you know. So I start with pumpkin, being the deep orange. Then I'm going to move over to warning yellow. Got a little bit too much on right now, but that's okay. So I'm gonna do my standard airbrush highlight technique where you just basically go step up in colors and you go a little bit lighter each time. And you just build your colors from there. The goal is to get to kind of that same orange yellow that I keep doing. I know I've been doing it to death, you know, like on the Royal Wrecker and my Cersei, but it's cool, and it's gonna work on her because that is her, or that's close to what her box artwork is. So she should work out just fine, right? I think everybody else is on mute. Okay, so Jill's on the phone right now.
I am
still there, Andrew?
I am a key.
Nice. All right. So Andrew.
Yes.
Do you want to recap some of the games that we played last night for us, for the viewers here that are so terribly interested in what we do at Comic Quest on Tuesday nights?
Yeah, sure. So me and Octave grabbed a quick game right before the big multiplayer one, and that one was actually not the multiplayer one, the quick one that we grabbed right before it, was actually a ton of fun and really intense. Really
Mhm.
intense.
So what were we
Basically, I
playing?
was playing
Oh, sorry.
I was playing Corsairs,
Hmm.
and you were playing Cersei, more specifically, and Captain Harker.
Yes.
There, I think we flipped off, and I chose villain, and you chose hero. And from there, I sort of put my deployment in or not my deployment, my objectives in the staggered
Okay.
line, and from there, my whole strategy that token, and I'm gonna do what I do best and try and kill her.
Hmm.
And
That's cool.
yeah, and I was trying to half play scenario, half kill stuff, or actually most of the time I just kill stuff. So
Yeah,
just a little.
basically you kind of bum rushed Marie Claude with the intent of taking her out pretty early.
Oh
So
yes, and
what did you
yeah,
send against Marie Claude?
I sent mainly my Corsairs after her, and they do a fantastic job. They do if they're full, if they have a full 11 damage or something ridiculous,
Hmm.
and it's only cost you, if I recall, 2 to do that much damage. It's a little bit
Yeah, if you've
ridiculous.
got the whole squad in line of sight, yeah, it gets pretty ridiculous. Okay. So you did that pretty
Yeah,
early
and
on Marie Claude. I think you ended up taking almost half of her life in the first
yep,
barrage there, which is
yep,
pretty insane.
that is a little. You start getting gains after a while because you're only inputting 4 of your Esper. When questing knights, their standard block costs about I want to say like at least 5 because they're great blocks.
Yes.
So you're netting at least 1 Esper from your opponent that you're not having to pay. And normally that makes their next activation very tough.
Okay.
So yeah, Corsairs are great. I can't I can't raise them up on a higher pedestal than what I already put them on. Um, they're actually at like Delphine levels, but yeah. And from there, I started gaining held Esper on the deal, I guess, and did like a whopping I don't know 9 damage, I think. Overcharge, can't redirect or guard.
Yep.
Yeah, and then from there, I don't recall how you scored 7 secondary time, right? Oh no no no
Wow.
no!
I
It
don't
was your
know what's going on,
primary.
but you're going in and out.
Oh, hello, can you hear me?
Might be our connection. Might be the overall connection's bad, but I missed your question.
Okay, well, basically, what happened after I killed Marie Claude was I prevented which was placing secure tokens, if I recall.
Yes, that was my primary.
And then lap time kicked in, and you got 7 points. And from there, you were chasing down my Corsairs with Eyes of Vengeance
Mm-hmm.
for Marie Claude, and that would have got you your 1 point. But it came down to one draw where I ended up drawing enough to pay for the armor that I needed to protect myself from one of your attacks. And
Mm-hmm.
then one of my guys lived with 1 HP. That was ridiculous. And then, yeah, you started going after Moffat, and I was like, oh crap, now I have to run 2 things away. And then at that point, we just kind of what's it called? We kind of just said, we want to get a multiplayer game in, so I'll call it. And then I was on the run, and I knew if I just kept running around limping, I would eventually get caught one way or another. But I think I ended up killing.
Finally did get the cards I needed on the bells. I was about 2 activations away to where I didn't think you'd be able to run away from me, and I had the cards. But that's cool. I mean, it was kind of at that point. It was just kind of a chase down the back corner of the field there.
Yeah, I think
that's cool.
Did I kill Betty? I killed a pit crew, Marie.
You killed a pit crew, right? Betty, and Marie Claude.
Yeah, I mean, if I could somehow find out how to make Corsairs tankier than they already are, that would just be brilliant.
Yeah, Corsairs are already pretty strong, so.
Yeah, actually, it's a 6-point cost way of making them stronger, but if you bring a broadside and you stick them next to them and the shield generator 1, so they're at 3 or 2 armor base.
Okay, that's cool. All right.
I'm back, by the way.
Welcome back. All right, so Andrew, you would. So we quit that game because it was kind of just turned into a chase to play a multiplayer game. So what happened? What's your take on the multiplayer game?
I finally know what it's like to actually be shot down and have stuff be taken off the board. Because it's very rare when that happens to me, because I just go for kill and other people go for scenario. So, yeah, it was great. It plays wonderfully. Multiplayer in Relic Knights. It seems like you're always kind of eager to go because there's so much you can do.
So we modified a couple of the setup rules for multiplayer. Do you remember what we modified? Can you go over that real quick for us?
I feel like our connection might be terrible.
Yeah, we're having a crap time on the connectivity front tonight. Sorry, folks.
We had to modify deployment zones and the distance that we could place objectives to 6, and that actually worked really well.
Mm-hmm. So for the initial flip, what we did was all 4 players did the initial flip, and with the player that won that flip got to choose if they were going to be hero or villain, just like a normal game. But what changed was, if, let's say, for example, that player, like I won the flip, so I chose to be villain because I was playing Black Diamond in that game. So with me selecting villain, that means the player clockwise to my left would be the hero, because the way we decided to do it was, if that play would proceed clockwise, and which means if deployment proceeds counterclockwise. So with me choosing villain, I went ahead and did all the setup, and we proceeded counterclockwise, and that way the hero went last as normal. So it really wasn't that much. There really wasn't that much to tweak in terms of the setup, because it was, you already kind of have the hero villain doing that anyway. It's just a matter of sticking 2 players in between that.
Yeah, and it actually is very fluid. Like, it feels like it was almost designed to be a multiplayer game because it's so easy to set up.
Yeah, I would have to say it was one of the best from the, because a lot of people will take their favorite miniature game and they try to play multiplayer, and I've done it with pretty much every other game that I played, because I want to play multiplayer sometimes. I'm sure most of you guys have done it, but Relic Knights really does. It really is easier to do that kind of stuff for. So So that's how we did setup. That's how we did turns. Also, was once we got started, the player clockwise for me became the hero. They got to go first. And what were your impressions of that game once we got going?
I thought it was hilarious because of assassination, you and Jose, and you both like.
Yeah, that was pretty
and-
cool. We both chose the same assassination target, just to make it interesting.
Yeah, so right from the get-go, I was like, wow, this would be a great party type of game because if you know that your friend has one unit that everybody hates and you both get assassination, then we know what unit's going to be chosen as the assassination target.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I played War Machine, and I actually still play War Machine multiplayer a lot. And it's kind of really hard to balance because normally you can't balance a scenario for 4 people.
Mm-hmm.
So the Relic Knight scenarios really kind of evened it out, and it was fair game for everyone. Like everyone had a good chance of winning. It wasn't just I'm gonna shoot you, and then we're gonna have a confrontation. You're gonna shoot me back, and then the third player swoops in and just kills us both. It's not like that.
Yeah,
It's
I think in the early rounds it is a little hard to try to burn somebody down because everybody, all 4 players in the early going have really good Esper hands and nothing really to spend it on. So the early going is like everybody kind of charging up, gaining Esper. You pulled a Esper Thief on me early in the game to take Esper away from Suspect 7, which is pretty nasty.
I think I did. Yes, I did.
Yeah. So that was kind of cool, but yeah, early going, things kind of started off slow, but when we finally in the middle, that's when we started to get a little bit more action, and we had a Cersei player who was really just sort of focused on objectives, and he ended up scoring the most in that game because we sort of left him alone, and he just kind of flew around and got his objectives.
Yeah, the one problem with a multiplayer game is that Cersei has a blast because there's objectives 6 inches away from each other. So, yeah, it's really easy to zip around and pick those up.
Mm-hmm. And then we also found out one thing during that game, which was kind of interesting towards the end of the game. We were just kind of messing around, and it was like, hey, can we push the objective? Can we move the objectives? And after looking at it, they came back with the conclusion that yes, in fact, you can push objectives. You can move objectives in the game. This is very unusual for a miniatures game because we always. And that was another one of those things where it was like we were thinking, okay, well, you've never been able to move an objective in any other game, but we kind of forget that this is Relic Knights, and you kind of have to unlearn everything you learned from other skirmish games.
Yep, I agree completely.
So that was an interesting note to end the night on, but very fun games, and yeah, I think we walked away from the night learning a lot more about the game, and just I'm excited with the after doing some research and finding out from a bunch of people online that in fact it's quite common to move your objectives in Relic Knights, and it's a pretty proven strategy. And now it's going to be interesting to see what our games are like next week now that we have this this additional knowledge of what you can do in the game.
Yeah, Iron Chef just became a monster.
So let me load comments here and find out what our viewers are saying. Okay, 4 comments in. Let's see. We got Corey, Sarah and I are painting Relic Knights. Cool. Very cool, Corey. Thanks for watching the show. I'm sure Corey's excited for the raffle that I'm going to ask Jill to help me with here in a minute. We got Viv, going to be working on some German Fallschirmjäger. Fallschirmjäger? I don't even know.
Would you like me to see if I can pronounce it?
Yeah, do you see the comment?
I'll pull it up on YouTube right now.
Okay.
Quick, whip out the Google Translate.
Alternatively, I could just find
German troops of some sort. Canvas is painting a Rhinodon. Also cool.
I like Rhinodons a lot.
Larry is working on the figures for the board game The Adventurers. You know, I was told that I should pick up that game because the miniatures are kind of cool and I should paint that. So.
Oh my god, why is this computer being slow?
So that sounds like something I would be interested in doing at some point. Wow. Okay. Anyways, Ren Farah's doing, Isabeau's doing weird stuff right now, so I'm just going to put the airbrush away. I think we've done what we can do there. I may have to just come in with a brush and
He's
finish
working
this
on
off.
German Fallschirmjäger.
Fallschirmjäger.
Yes.
See, I was close.
You were pretty close. I'll give you a new
Close.
Kind of sounds like a cat. Fallschirmjäger.
It does.
Fallschirmjäger. So, I'm wondering, should we give people one last second here to donate before we do our first raffle, or should we just draw the name and figure out what we're raffling off next week?
I say we should give people 10 more minutes to get more donations in.
Okay.
I agree.
For the boost pack, this is what we are auctioning off tonight. Boost pack. And since you guys are watching the show, we're going to announce the next auction right after we announce the winner of this auction. So we'll give them minutes. I'm gonna
always donate to my portion of the Play It Painted team because I will be giving away some vintage video games.
Hey.
Ooh.
Yes, from the local gaming store in town.
Can you
here.
tell us what your what was that?
Someone was asking me a question.
Oh.
And all is
What were you planning on? What are you planning on? Oh, sorry. See.
What?
What are you planning on? Can you tell us the titles of the games that you're planning on giving away?
I don't actually have them yet. I'm still working with the local video game store here. I have to make a poster and figure out what games I can actually emulate onto my computer for the stream, but they will be games that I play on the stream, I can guarantee that.
Yeah, I'm telling you right now, if you can get an old version of Pokemon Red or Blue, those still go for like at least $20.
Dude, I know. I know.
And you can easily emulate that. It's a great game to emulate, actually.
Why would I emulate it when I can just point my camera at my Game Boy?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Also, your video's not working.
Oh no.
My
Really?
video?
No, yours is fine.
Wait, whose video?
Everybody's video was working now. Andrew's wasn't. Oh, Andrew's isn't again.
Oh,
Is it working now, or is it?
No.
That's weird.
Alright.
I'll just turn off my camera and turn it back on, see if that does anything. Am I back in
Okay.
business?
Nope.
Oh, darn.
Nope. So,
Let me...
while we're waiting, we're going to see if we get any more donations here for another 10 minutes or so.
While we're waiting, you want me to...
I just want to make a couple of announcements about the raffle. I'm sorry, the Extra Life fundraiser so far. So last week was our first week participating, and we're pleased to announce that we hit our original team goal today. So we hit our original team goal of 500 today, which was awesome. Yay! That was a nice combined effort from a few folks. and I in the first week passed my personal goal, which was awesome also. And we picked up some more team members. So as of right now, we have 5 people fundraising for Team Play It Painted. We have myself, we have Jill, obviously, from Total Command, who's doing a live stream. We have John Bartley, who's a San Diegan, who is, I'm not sure what his plans are for to boost his fundraising, but I'll talk to him soon. Then we also have Jack Sokol, who's another guy here in Irvine. And finally, my brother hopped in, which was awesome. So my brother Paul, Heretic of You know him from his YouTube channel, also doing some fundraising. And he's doing fundraising for the for a hospital up in Bakersfield, which was kind of cool. And I was like, why did you pick Bakersfield? And he said, well, I wanted to find one that I didn't think may not have much of a tabletop presence. Either that or he picked one at random. I don't remember what the story was. It was one of those two things, but I'm sure it was well intentioned. So yeah, my brother hopped on board, which is awesome. So now, even if you don't like me, guys, you have 4 other awesome people that you can donate to.
You should all donate to me because I'm giving away free video games. Except for
so
money's going towards children. I'm giving away video games and miniatures and other Canadian sorts of things.
Canadian things.
I haven't decided what sort of Canadian things yet.
Am I in your raffle? Because I donated to you.
You donated anonymously.
That's true, I did. So never mind. You don't know that happened.
If you would like to be in the raffle, you can be, because I know it was.
No, it's okay. That's okay. Only if you put in a Pharrell hat or something like that.
If I can buy a Mountie hat, like that isn't. Oh man, I am so going to Value Village tomorrow.
Or failing that.
I'm going to jump out of the call and jump back in real fast, see if that fixes the camera.
Okay. Or if you could autograph a picture of yourself with a Mountie.
That
also cool.
That I can guarantee I can do because I have friends that are Mounties. I will also see if I can get my stepdad, who is a Canadian paramedic, to get in the photo, and I'll get everybody's signature on it.
Yay! That would be kind of cool. These are just my ideas for things that I think would be cool, but I don't know if the rest of your sponsors think that's as cool as I do. They may not.
If anybody wants cool shit, let me know what kind of cool stuff you might want, and we'll see if we can't make that happen.
Very cool. Yeah. So all this stuff happened this week, and then finally, I also did a video for the stuff that I got from Wargamma, because he found out about our participation in this charity event, and he wanted to help out as well, which was awesome. So he sent me some stuff to include as prize support and/or raffle type material. So I will be doing that so I'm adding his stuff to the live event price support, because it is resin and it's not the funnest stuff to try to ship. That said, his stuff is way more durable than other resin companies that I've seen.
I will be shipping whatever I get, and I will be packing it extremely well.
Cool.
At least I'll be doing my best.
I am back. Is the camera thingy working?
The camera's working, but your voice is all robot-y.
Yay.
Are you a robot, Andrew?
Oh no, my secret.
No.
No.
No,
what an awesome secret. Please be a robot. That'd be cool to have a friend that's a robot. I'd be totally down for that.
I am actually a Chi from Relic Knights. That's
I'd be like, I don't like doing this math. You go, robot. Tell me the odds of this. And then we're rolling dice, and I'm like, don't tell me the odds of this.
Yeah.
That's what I would do there. Okay. She's kind of... This Isabeau kind of has she's got a thick bottom.
I was gonna say I like her booty.
She's
got
built down there.
Good booty on her.
I'm gonna show this to my wife because she think that's freaking. Oh, by the way, gamer nerd, scary boobs. No, run!
No!
No!
I remember us having a really intense conversation about boobs on the stream. I don't know if it was you or if it was on my own stream though. But it was.
I don't know.
Intense. And like there was fighting words put out. It was pretty awesome.
Whoa.
Someone was like, "Boobs have no point being on miniatures," and I'm like, "What? That's stupid." Like, very, very strong words were had.
All right, so a couple more comments come in. Minutes on the Sun. Hey, bud, I'm working on the Soviets tonight. Yeah, you're playing. Are you playing Bolt Action? Because that's awesome. I really don't want to play Bolt Action because I know I like Bolt Action. So I'm trying to stay away from it. But I love watching all you guys doing terrain stuff on Bolt Action right now. No, seriously, it's a problem because if you jump into it, it's okay to pick up another small game, but when you switch genres that it gets tough because you're like, oh, now I need a whole other set of terrain and whatever. But I love it. Bolt Action looks awesome, and you're doing awesome stuff. Let's see. Steam Powered TV thought I'd drop in and say hi. Hey, what's up, man? That's Tin Man XL. You guys got to come up here to Bakersfield and demo Relic Knights at the new Paladin when it opens. Yeah, you know what? I donated to that Indiegogo, which I think I mentioned this to you. As a rule, I do not participate in Indiegogo, and I'll explain in a minute. But I did because I was like, hey, that's a local gaming store, and Steve stands by this store, and I'm going to support it because I support Steve. So hopefully that I haven't checked it. I hope hopefully they fund and they're going to be good to go when they open. But anyway, yeah, why don't I support Indiegogo? I don't support Indiegogo campaigns for a couple of reasons. One is they can set Indiegogo. You can set an Indiegogo campaign to pay out regardless if you fund or not. So if you can ask for any ridiculous amount of money, and then what people pledge to you, they pay. Like they take your money immediately. It's not like Kickstarter where it's like, well, we want to see if the project actually funds, if there's enough public support for something like this, and then they take your money. Indiegogo will just take your money, and so normally I don't like that because I don't want to fund a project and put money in somebody's pocket. And there's no true there's no true onus on the person to actually promote and do more fundraising to complete their project. That said, this is a hobby store that the guy wants to open. He's already had a hobby store in the past, and I know that if he runs off with my money, I know that this guy is putting it back into the hobby store. So whether or not he funds, it sounds like the hobby store is still going to open, and so I feel like my money is okay to that end. So anyway, yeah, I hope that does open because that would be cool to head up there and get some games with you. Okay, it's almost been 10 minutes, but I want to do eyes on this model first before we do our draw. Sorry, Corey, you're going to have to wait a little bit longer. So yeah, I'm working on this model. I've got a bunch. I'm doing this really bad thing with my painting right now. I'm doing half-ass projects. So I've got her going. I got the rest of that Cersei starter at various stages of completion. I did just the very, very beginning work on Dark Space Candy and Cola, just the flesh. And then I just got stuff at random states, and then, of course, obviously, Eldorado. But this model I wanted to take my time on because I'm playing around trying to improve my technique of airbrush non-metallics. So what you're looking at here, let me see, make sure I'm in frame here. What you're looking at in this model here is all airbrush. There is no, I've done no brushwork yet on this model. So that's the effects that I'm working on. Like, I'm trying to perfect that I can get a model to that state without taking a brush to it. And if I can do that on a regular basis, then that's pretty badass. But anyway, that's where I'm at. I'm going to paint some eyeballs in here. So I'm kind of in flux right now. I got a bunch of stuff I want to paint. The reason why I moved Isabeau to the front of the line is because I want to play Andrew's prismatic list with versus a void list.
Hey, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, so I have all of the Dark Space Void characters now, and the Void Knight. So I was like, and you have all the Dark Space Prismatics, and the Prismatic Knight, and the Prismatic Unique. So I was like, okay, let's play that game. That would be a very fun game, and we can go over 50 points. Fun. I think we should just. I think the points almost line up to exactly the same. 3 models. I'm sorry, Relic Knight plus 3 models plus the Unique, the Void or the Prismatic Unique. I think they end up probably in the area of like 60-ish points.
Probably.
For all of that. And I think that would be a cool game. Yeah, like it would just, in my opinion, it might just be like a bunch of single duels that are happening across the board.
Yeah, that would be great.
It's kind of awesome. Kind of awesome. All right. So we're gonna do our eyeball work here.
What was I doing?
So Jill, do you have any updates for us? Like, what else have you been working on lately besides school and fundraising?
Oh, I did a podcast. I recorded a podcast the other night. That was with Octavius. He was there.
Yay!
That was a riot. Cat, get off my frickin'... What the hell? Why are you being a dick?
That was an awesome shot.
That was. I saw it.
Oh, my cat
being a dick.
So this is the cat. He was being a dick, so now he has to sit here.
What's the name of the cat?
This one is Loki.
Oh, that's right, Loki.
He's a human.
Now, are he and Thor actually, are they actually litter mates?
No. No,
this one
is a Bengal, the other one's a tabby. But they have, like, this, if I can flip him over, the fancy swirl he has on his side there, that I'm showing in camera, Thor has one exactly like it, which is really cool.
Oh, that's cool.
What was I talking about? Podcast.
Podcast.
And that was awesome. Other than that, I haven't really been... Dog, really? Oh my god. My pets are driving me insane, guys.
I hear a thumping.
That's my dog itching her elbow. Come here. Let me itch your elbow. My dog
Sounds
gets
like
really dry.
Like knocking on a door or something.
No, that's my dog.
That's what I thought.
Okay, now go lie down. No, go away. You two cats. Oh my god. Okay. So I recorded the podcast with the guys in Octave the other night, and that was a lot of fun. I haven't really been up to too much. I've been working on posters for my Extra Life thing, which is actually what I'm doing right now.
Oh, cool.
On my other computer. Because I'm one of those people that sits with 2 computers on my desk, which is embarrassing.
That's cool.
That's like standard gamer setup.
No, it's 2 separate computers, like 1 tower and then a laptop.
No,
like just 2 different monitors.
I used to do that.
Different computers.
I do that sometimes.
Cat, I am gonna murder you. Go away. Because you're a dick. Get out of the garbage bag. Go somewhere else.
Very cool.
Yeah, and then just school and trying to find more prize support and stuff for the live stream, and yeah, that's been my life. Lots of homework. I have to write a website for school, so that's
Can
pretty
you
much.
do any website you want, or is there
This one
like
I have to specifically do like a website about myself, which is stupid, I think. But whatever, it's the assignment. And then I think down the road I get to design a website for whatever I want. Cat, go away! Oh my god, I'm gonna lock you in a different room.
you're gonna do threateningyourcat.com,
I should.
threateningyourcat.ca?
.ca
All
is
right.
valueless. You should always go for .com. I don't care that I'm in Canada.
Okay, some more comments coming in. A big butt mini, I must paint it. What's the name of that mini again? That's right, Steve. Dark Space Isabeau. You don't, I mean, you get a little bit from the box art. I don't even see if I can see this. Yeah, from the box art, you get a little bit. You're like, okay, she's got kind of her hip out there, but the boot, it's bootylicious, man. There's booty. It's a ghetto booty.
Oh,
You should check it out.
She plays in Corsairs, and their faction, what's it called?
He's a me Hardy.
Yeah, dude. The faction scenario thing of getting the booty tokens.
Oh wow, check this out. Minutes on the Sun. Hey, I'm back in Baco. Hope to meet you sometime soon. Oh wow, so John, you're in Bakersfield. Oh, you should meet up with Tin Man and play some War Machine. Be awesome. Then I'll make the trip out there at some point. I should. I really should head up there. I know my brother's been talking about heading up there, but I should definitely try to get up there as well. Let's see. Viv says, wanting to play some Chain of Command rather than Bolt Action. Also be working on several WW2 tables soon. Sweet. Hey, what do you guys think about like the alternative AE World War II type games, like such as AE World War II or Tannhauser or
I like Tannhauser. I think it's pretty.
Tannhauser's cool looking. Incursion. My brother wants to play Incursion super bad because it's just Space Hulk rules, but for like AE World War II. So like the Nazis are zombies and werewolves and that kind of stuff. I think it's kind of a cool genre. It seemed to be popular, or it had a little spike maybe 4 or 5 years ago with all these games that had come out. You know, the Tannhausers, AE World War II, Incursion. There's another one that I'm forgetting. I'm sure Viv knows it.
I will be right back. I have to kill a cat.
No problem.
Go away.
Wow, she's actually going to kill a cat.
Well, we should get animal services.
Oh, wow. Yeah. But I do own, because my brother really he really wanted to try one of these AE World War II games. So I managed to find a couple of sets of AE World War II on eBay for cheap, and I got him a set and I got me a set. But it's one of those, you know, projects that we pushed way back in terms of priority. But you know, you never know. I got a Russian set for AE World War II because it has the funniest miniatures I think I've seen in that whole line. And these miniatures are called Chumans.
Oh gosh.
They're just chimpanzee humans.
Gosh.
So,
Dude, that sounds like some
I don't even-
that sounds like AT-43.
Yeah, I don't even know what they do, but I got Chumans and I got an extra pack of Chumans because I was worried that I might run out of Chumans. So, but yeah, I mean, that's one of those projects that's gonna sit in the back for a while. We may not even see it until the summer, like towards the end of our convention season. We might get really bored and break out AE World War II. But yeah, so I got Russians, and unfortunately, all I was able to get him were Americans. So we have Russians and Americans, so no Germans. And I don't even know if that game had a Japanese faction. Because whenever we play the World War II factions, I like playing the Japanese. I think that's... I don't know. I just gravitate towards that.
Is that racist?
It might be. It might be. I don't know. I mean, it's one of the things that we were talking about is that, you know, why do so many people think that... Well, there's an arbitrary line where your choice of miniature or faction doesn't reflect upon you unless it's boobs. Then you're a bad person.
No, that's not
Yeah.
fair,
That's the weird... It's like, well, no, that's what I'm saying. It's like, okay, so if you're saying that we're like weird, perverted guys, that because I'm painting a buxom chick right now, and I'm going to play it on the table, well, by the same logic, then, you know, you can carry that into other games. So by the same logic, if you play, say, Germans in Incursion, then you're clearly a Nazi zombie sympathizer.
Oh,
or, you know, yeah, or if you play Korn, then you're definitely a homicidal maniac.
God, that is such bullshit.
Or if you play Hordes, then you're clearly you must be into some form of bestiality because it's all anthropomorphized animals. So it's a weird, it's just a weird double standard that happens. It's just this weird line. Like, okay, everything in fantasy is cool until you get to boobs.
Like I said in the conversation that we had earlier, that would be like someone saying that because I personally enjoy playing with miniatures that are females because I think it's empowering to women, people think that I'm a lesbian. That's such bullshit.
Somebody said that?
I
What the
have
heck?
no
Wait,
joke.
what?
I was playing an all-female army against one of the guys in town here. And he's like,
Okay.
oh, you've got a lot of female models. You must be a lesbian or something because you must like painting all those tits. And it's like,
What?
female miniatures. I'm obviously a lesbian. Obviously.
That's
like,
amazing.
ugh.
Wow, that is
Whoa.
Words were had. I got very offensive, and then I got kicked out of the tournament because I got very offensive.
Whoa.
Because I don't care if someone calls me a lesbian. I really don't. But if you're assuming because of the miniatures that I enjoy to play in tournaments and in my armies, then I get kind of weird because no.
Yeah, that's just kind of dumb.
Oh.
I mean, it's not even really offensive. It's just dumb. Like, okay, you must be this. Wow.
Yeah, that was
Funny.
Everybody was super proud of me for calling him out, though. Which was funny. But I don't care. If you are a pervert and you want to paint boobs,
Gnashing of teeth.
don't touch mine or stare at mine too much. I don't care. Not gonna lie, I've used them to win.
Okay. I know this topic has been coming up too often because of Relic Knights. Even though I know we've covered this topic on this show like probably 4 or 5 times already, but it just keeps coming up. I don't know.
A couple times.
Let's see. Viv says, not interested in alternate World War II games, though I have several rule sets and some Incursion starter boxes milling. Oh my God! Don't tell Paul that, Viv. He wants Incursion so bad. They have Incursion at our LGS Comic Quest, and every time he comes down, he's like, "Oh my God, I have to buy Incursion." And I'm like, "Dude, that's been there for like 9 years. That set of Incursion. It's not going anywhere." And I don't want to bag on Incursion because the minis do look cool for Incursion, and it looks interesting enough. But it is kind of, you got to admit, that game is stupidly expensive to play because the core set does not come with miniatures. It comes with like just cardboard stand-ups.
Oh, don't cheat the gamers like that. That's so...
Yeah, it's like, I think we did the math. I think the starter set was like 120 or something, right? For the rule set and the stand-up minis and all that. And then you have then you buy the starters, and the starters are like $65-$70 a piece. So in order to play the core game with, and you don't have to play with the miniatures because they have stand-ups obviously, but if you want to do it the way we play it, you're out $200. Uh-oh.
Is everyone okay?
I haven't looked at my computer yet. It just hit the floor very, very hard. I'm more worried about my... No, go lay down, dog. Sorry. Hold on.
Speaking of dogs, my dog is barking.
Hey, are you okay? Alright, my cat's fine. Check on my computer because my cat knocked my computer off my desk and then knocked a hammer on top of my computer.
Oh.
Oh, nice.
Dang. The laptop or the desktop?
The screen laptop. Oh, it's okay. The screen frame just popped open.
Oh. Whew.
Otherwise, everything seems fine. Yeah, we're good.
Your cat's throwing a riot. Is your cat hungry?
No, that was Thor. He was trying to get up on the window so he could look outside.
Ah.
'Cause my window is like right here, and the window ledge is big enough for them to sit on. Right over here, so he usually uses my desk to climb up over there.
Ah, okay.
Well, that was terrifying.
Let me get to the flesh wash on this model, and then we will do our prize drawing. Woo! So let's do that. So Jill, if you will break out, can you pull up random.org?
Yes, I can.
All right. Thank you kindly. I'm almost at the point where we can do the draw here. Just gonna do. So I do one, basically the base coat color of the flesh, and then I'm gonna do a wash over it, and then we're gonna draw while the wash is drying.
Whew, I'm back. Just calm down, my dog.
Okay. Yeah, Viv. My brother really is really interested in incursion, so. He may be interested in the sets that you have. All right. So one sec. Let me reload comments real quick. Doo-doo-doo. All right. If I recall correctly, Incursion started as a board game, hence the cardboard stand-ups. Later, they decided to release miniature rules to break into that market. It never did really well at my shop. Yeah, that is. I'm pretty sure that is the story, Viv. That it was just a board game, and they wanted to turn it into a miniatures game. Their miniatures were decent enough looking. I mean, I didn't think they were that great, but they're fun. You know, the allied exosuits that they had, and like the zombie Nazi stuff. It was pretty cool. It was. I wouldn't say it's like absolutely amazing must-have stuff, but it's kind of cool. Okay, here we go. Ready to wash. So let's do a quick wash on this. This model doesn't have a lot of colors to it, but the colors require a lot of layers.
Did you prime her white or black?
I primed white.
Well, that's good, because I was going to say, if you primed her black and you're painting her yellow, that is terrible.
Asking for, yes, it would just be asking for it if that were true. Let's see.
Okay, I've got random.org pulled up.
Nice. Okay. So just doing this wash. So I'll be about a minute or so.
Yeah, for sure.
Corey, I hope you're watching.
Anybody that's watching right now, leave a message down in the comments, or the guys that are streaming with me right now. Let me know what kind of video games you would like to see me stream during the live stream.
Ooh.
If there's anything in particular.
Pokemon Nuzlocke Challenge.
What?
Pokemon Nuzlocke Challenge. Those are great.
I don't know what that is.
You have permanent death. So basically, if a Pokemon faints,
I could play permadeath Pokemon.
yeah, it has a couple other little small rules. Like it's a whole rule set called the Nuzlocke Challenge.
You should send that to me in chat if you can.
Okay.
Let me try and find
I'm gonna let this dry. Let's see.
Which Pokemon though? Pokemon in what color?
You know,
Okay. Like flat canvas. Anyway, for your contribution, let's go to. All right, so I'm gonna move over. I gotta open up my. So here's. Ooh. See, I bet oh, hold on. All right, Corey is. Where did Corey go? Okay, so Corey's watching. Here we go. All right, so this week we had eligible for draw. We have 28 entries for draw.
Okay.
So what I'm going to have you do is do the random.org. So 1 to 28, obviously.
Do you have them numbered?
Yep.
And are you ready for a result?
I am ready.
All right. The winner is number 21.
21. Okay. So let me. I'm gonna go to share screen so we can. Where's that share screen thing? I know it's here.
it's to the left of the Hangout.
It's screen share. It's right below chat.
Okay.
The chat.
So let's go to screen share, and we're gonna share this. So here's the. So I'm gonna go to 21. You said.
21.
21. Okay, 21 is Ernesto Landon. That is Ernie. Yay! Congratulations, Ernie. Sorry, Corey. Even though Corey was in there like 9 times, if you had rolled up in the higher 20s, he would have been in, or in the teens.
I will guys that it says 21 right there.
Cool.
I think I killed
21.
Yeah, right there, 21.
Awesome.
It's backwards, but it's still 21.
Okay, and you can see on my screen that it is 21 is Ernesto.
So there's no favoritism going on.
I'm going to stop sharing this. Actually, let's keep sharing this. Oh wait, no, I don't have the list on here, so I'm going to stop sharing that. So now, Jill, do you have a D8 available for you?
I do.
Okay, because I knew you did, because you play RPGs.
Right here in my desk drawer, because where else would I keep my D8s?
Alright, so I'm going to go over to where I have the list for the next weekly, for all the weekly raffle stuff, and we're going to announce what next week's is. Just remember, folks, if we're not in the raffle, you can bid $5. You can donate $5 to Play It Painted over the course of this next week, starting tonight, and you are in this raffle for whatever we draw here. Otherwise, if you don't want to pay attention to all that garbage for the next 8 weeks, you can just put 15 in or more, and you're in all of the raffles, which is awesome. And this is especially good if you're a local player, because you're in all the raffles, all the online raffles for the weekly raffles and Tier 2, and you're in all of the Tier 1, Tier 2 raffles, and you get it counts as your admission to our tournament on the 25th. So anyway, so very good value at 15. I sound like a freaking salesman. It's really depressing, but I don't care. We're gonna
Hey,
do
it's
it.
for the kids. It's for the kids, man.
It is
Yeah,
for
it's for the kid. Damn it. Okay, so Jewel, whenever you're ready, go ahead and roll the D8.
Oh, just a sec.
Okay.
You guys can see my paper and the die?
1 second.
I do see paper.
Right there.
I see paper.
Got
I see a
it.
7. Is that the roll, or you
That
haven't
is
rolled
the
it yet?
roll. The roll is a
It
7.
is 7. Okay, so we're gonna go 7. I'm not gonna share this screen because this is not a public thing that we're sharing. Oh, okay. Oh, good thing Tin Man is watching. I'm pretty sure he has this model, but it would probably be cool to have too. So next week's raffle is for the Convergence of Cirrus limited edition Kill Soul Peg.
Oh, buddy.
Yay! That is next week's item. So, if you guys are interested in this item, again, it's a $5 donation to Extra Life for Team Play It Painted, and you are in. There are currently 21 entries in this raffle. And guess what, Ernie? You can win again because you went in for all the raffles. So, congratulations to Ernie on the boost pack. I'm going to try to make, he's a local guy, so I'm going to try to make arrangements to give that to him locally. And also, next week, Keg Protector. I got this at Comic-Con. I bought 2 at Comic-Con, gave 1 to Mark, and I was going to paint this one, but I was like, you know what, this is a worthy cause. Let's do it. Really cool model. Damn. Kind of bummed I'm not painting it now. But anyway.
Octave, quick question about the Extra Life donation options. If you give 25, what's the difference between 15 and 25 on event day and online?
Yeah, so if you give 25, that puts you in the tier 3 raffle. So if you donate 25, you get all the weekly $5 raffles. Then you get the $15 raffle, and then you get the $25 raffle. If you're a local player, 25 is literally every raffle.
Well, you know what I'm going to be donating soon.
And I should also point out that some people, like Corey, are like, oh, I really want that item. You can actually say, like, for example, let's say you donated 25, you can say, okay, I just want a regular $15 donation, but since this week is the Keg Protector, give me 2 extra entries instead of putting me in the 25. And we can totally do that too. So my spreadsheet's designed to allow me to break it out that way.
Cool. I just want to be in everything. That sounds fun.
Yeah. And Corey is in everything. And because Corey went crazy. I will tell you guys right now, Corey is he's the highest single donator to date, which is amazing. And so I'm sorry he didn't win this guy. I don't know. Maybe Ernie will trade with you, Corey. I don't know. We'll see. But pretty interesting.
Wait. I think CQ actually has some of the metal boosts.
Do they?
Yeah, I was taking a look at their blisters, and I think I saw some. It said boost pack or something, and it was metal.
Oh wow, we should have a look at that. Okay. Let's see.
Okay, so I have another question. If they donate towards my Extra Life campaign, does that also put them in play for the Play It Painted stuff, seeing as we're Team Play It Painted?
Yes, but the only thing is, because I don't see your donations come in, you have to be diligent about getting me
for sure.
their names and info.
I haven't had anyone donate except for you. So, guys, if you want in on my raffles, you have to donate to me. The Play It Painted thing doesn't.
So that's kind of
my
stuff.
stuff.
Then you get right. So you get your stuff.
My campaign, you have a chance to win the stuff from me or the stuff from Play It Painted also. So.
Yeah, the only difference with that though is if they're on yours, they don't go into the live stuff, but they're on the online. That makes sense to you. Yeah.
So looks like who's Canvas01 on YouTube? Do we know this person?
Canvas is a dirty old man. Just kidding. No, Canvas is awesome. No, Canvas is awesome. Let's see.
Because he's saying I should play Titan Quest.
Titan Quest.
Oh, I'll send the Nuzlocke rules over chat real fast.
Okay.
Alright, there it is.
Let's see. I am special ordering Isabeau, and I may grab some space pirates to go with her. Nice.
Yeah, who said that?
That was Tin Man.
It's Tin Man, my man. He knows that space pirates are the way to go.
When you are okay, and then he wants to know when you're done with that model, be sure to post pics in Steam Powered TV group on Facebook, front and back shot. Okay.
Oh.
I can do that.
We need a back shot of his booty. Oh my god, my screen is making noise. What? This is not okay. There are ads playing on my computer.
Uh-oh.
That's not cool.
Uh-oh.
There we go. Okay, I have bookmarked the Nuzlocke rules, so I will read through them, and that really is probably a top contender for what I will play.
It's actually really popular. Like, a lot of people like
Which one
watching
should
it.
I play, though? Which Pokemon?
You know,
I can
it's
play Yellow.
it's honestly your choice, but I think the best are the old ones, or Ruby and Sapphire.
I've never played Ruby or Sapphire.
Oh, they're a blast. They're remaking them, if you didn't hear.
I haven't looked at my DS in probably a year since I got Pokemon X. For mine and Grayson's 1-year anniversary, we camped out a midnight release of Pokemon X and Y. That was our anniversary.
That was your anniversary.
Pretty awesome.
How many women out there would say pretty awesome to a video game debut camp out for their anniversary?
I would, but I'm not normal.
I know of at least one woman that lives in this house that would fucking kill me if that was her one.
Oh, no.
But yeah, no. Yeah.
That's not.
But that's awesome. That is awesome.
Yes, we were in Edmonton
I
visiting my grandmother, and my parents and my grandma were like, where are you guys going? Why are you taking the car at like 10 o'clock? Where are you going? And we're like, we're going to a mall. And they're like, all the malls are closed. And we're like, yeah, we're going to go wait outside the mall. And they're like, well, why? And it's like, because Pokemon's coming out. And my mom's like, are you guys still playing that stupid Pokemon game?
Whoa, them fighting words, man. This ain't a game.
My mom did the entire Pokemon theme song, so...
Whoa, Pokemon ain't a game, man. That's
Wow.
real life.
It's a way of life.
Sorry, that's before my time, guys. I mean, that's after my time.
Before your time. Yeah.
I've never watched Pokemon.
We're
I don't
not
even.
friends anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whoa, bro.
I'm like way old. Like we didn't do Pokemon.
Okay, quick question. What is like the main What's the main guy's name?
Oh, I know that. It's Pikachu, right? The main Pokemon.
Dave,
Isn't Pikachu like the main Pokemon thing?
No, the guy with Pikachu.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh,
That's the kid
no.
with the baseball cap, right?
Yeah.
That kid? Yeah, I know him as kid with baseball cap. I don't know anything about Pokemon.
My heart feels like it's been worked out. What have you
Sorry.
done to me?
I don't know anything about Pokemon.
You must let your son know the joys of that game. It's so much fun.
The best part is that this is going to be on the internet forever. So that when he gets old enough to enjoy Pokemon, he can watch this and see how terrible his dad was.
Be embarrassed for his dad. Well, of course he's going to be embarrassed of me. That's kind of the point. It's amazing. I'm going to be one of those old Asian dads that wears like black socks and sandals. It's going to be amazing.
Yes, please.
I'm going to rock that.
White socks, because white socks are more noticeable when you wear black sandals.
Yeah, you have to do the white socks. I've actually done that already.
I've already warned my wife. I'm like, look, when I go old Asian guy, I'm going to be an actual old... Like, I'm going to have the smoked glasses I'm gonna have those like brown wicker sandals with black socks. It's gonna be amazing.
And you need the Hawaiian shirt.
Oh, I've got many Hawaiian shirts.
And
I
the
rock the Hawaiian
shorts
shirt.
that are pulled up way too high over his Hawaiian shirt. Like,
Oh yeah.
and then pull your pants up so they're like above your belly button.
Yeah, it's for when I don't have suspenders. Hell yeah.
Obviously.
All right. So Isabeau, moving along. Let's see what else we got here for. So cool. Next week, Convergence of Cirrus model. Very cool. $5. Throw $5 at some kids, and you can win that model.
That sounds very wrong.
Throw $5 at some kid.
Let's see. Candace is a dirty old man with a foul mouth, Viv says.
I definitely up that.
Somebody +1 that, and I will +2 that comment. Also, so close, thanks for the show. We're off to bed. Sorry, Corey, man. We'll talk tomorrow. Corey is statistically bound to win something, the number of entries this guy has in the contest.
Why?
Talking about big butt minis, Octave, did you see the updates of the larger 70mm pillow fighting women Dennis uploaded to Facebook the other day? Should have the first figures in my hand very shortly.
Wait, what?
Do you guys know about this?
No, I don't.
This is a game that Viv purchased actually, and I don't remember the company that put it out originally. This is a skirmish game that is a female pillow fighting game. So you want to talk about fan service?
What's it called?
It was called Pillow A Go-Go. So Pillow A Go-Go, it was originally I want to say it was like a 28 or 30mm skirmish game, very very underground game, and Viv purchased the rights to the game, and he had Savage Forge minis scale up models, so they're up to 70mm. That's crazy, which is awesome. I've never painted anything that scale, and that's crazy. Wow, now that's gonna scare the shit out of people. No.
If they can barely take Relic Knights, I don't know.
Yeah.
Don't understand what is with nerds and the fear of boobs.
I don't know. Alright, so I don't know how far I'm going to get. Well, I may be able to finish this model because there's really not much left to her. Just more flesh highlighting. I do like 8 to 10 highlights on flesh. Female flesh, typically. Male flesh is a little easier because you can leave it a little more tan, and you can leave your the like the creases on the musculature a little bit darker. Did we just fall silent here, or what happened?
I am pinging.
Sorry, I'm assuming my mother-in-law.
I am
okay.
pinging an extremely tense spot because if I mess up, that means redoing stuff.
Redoing me Hardee's?
Of course, yes. Me Hardy.
Me Hardee's. That's funny.
You know, I want the other questing knight for Corsairs because he's I thought other people were tanking in this game, but dang, he's got auto recover 3 or something ridiculous.
Who are you talking about? The Penny Arcade guy, Dark Space Gabe or whatever?
You know, I'm not sure. He has like a mermaid as his cipher.
Oh, yeah. I don't know who that is actually.
I like mermaids.
Apparently, he's a murderous man, and I don't like that.
He's a murderous man. But he's a pirate. Aren't pirates supposed to be murderous?
Well, see, Kate just likes blowing stuff up and stealing money. Captain Harker is like the gentleman pirate. This guy's just a flat-out like, I kind of want to kill you today type of guy.
He's a thug?
He is a thug. He is a from what I've heard, I haven't read the lore yet, so...
I need a little bit more red in the lip of the model.
That sounds so tricky.
Female models that, when I first started painting female models was Malifaux. And I'd come from GW, where it was like, oh, paint the chainmail, and there's an eyeball, and oh, look, more shoulder pads, and paint these spikes and this skull. And you try to paint a female miniature coming from that, and you suck. Because you don't, they're just different things that you have to learn how to paint. For instance, makeup and eyeshadow. So painting lips in, painting eyeshadow, and on this model, painting stockings. Also another interesting thing you have to do.
Yeah, how do you paint stockings again? Because I have to do that on Moffat.
You kind of mix a bit of gray, but not too much gray, kind of like a brownie gray.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that on this model tonight. So we'll see a little bit of that. I don't see a reason to give much eyeshadow to this model. So
Okay, two questions real fast. How does that model play? Because I might actually pick it up for me Hardies and
Hardies.
And like, oh god, I forgot the second question.
This is the first female miniature I ever painted.
Oh, hold on. I want to see.
Let me see if I can
Talk again.
Over.
That looks pretty tight.
Oh, cool. What is it?
So tiny. It's our Fennel. She's one of the Kingdom, or not Kingdom Death. She's from, oh Jesus. I don't remember, but when I remember, I will tell you.
Ah, I remembered my question. What is Isabu cosplaying as?
I was told that she is supposed to be, and if any of you guys watching can correct me, I was told she's supposed to be Jill Valentine from Resident Evil. That's what I'm
sure about that.
So I don't know.
But yeah, what's her play style on the table? Because I don't have her card.
I don't have her card in front of me, but from what I remember, because I play regular Isabeau, who is pretty much pure healing. In fact, man, let's see if I can find her card. Give me a minute. I'll try to dig it up for you.
Yay! Thank you.
She's a Video McVane. She was limited edition, only 750 were cast, and I got number 9.
Hey, it's cool.
She's very pretty. She's very brittle, though. Like, the resin is extremely brittle.
It looks like a pretty cool model, though.
It is. It's beautiful. I was going to use it in a Wood Elf army, but then she's just too fragile. She just hangs out in the display case now.
Oh, I see. Yeah, it's a shame when a model's, like, too fragile.
Yeah. That's one thing I really like about most G-Dub things, is that you can drop them, and they bounce.
Yeah, especially Space Marines.
Space Marines, if you glue them together properly, they never fall apart.
Nope. Oh god, you should ask Octave.
Okay.
Oh, Octave, explain our Space Marines conversation last night. You know about
I have that conversation all the time.
The gene seed and all that.
Oh yeah. Because it's like, oh yeah, I hate your sexuality in miniature games. How dare you bring that onto the table? I'm like, whatever, Mr. Bunch of oiled up buff guys in suits trying to power fist each other and not spill your gene seed.
Exactly. Thank you.
I'm like, dude, have you read that story? Have you actually read the core Space Marine fluff? That is not the most He-Man homoerotic thing ever, dude. Like, am I the only person that picked up on that? I was like, what is going? What?
See,
it's the we will populate the planet without a woman. We will spread our seed.
play the Catechins. Is it Catechins?
Mhm.
I don't know, the jungle Imperial Guardsmen.
Yeah,
And
Cadison.
they're all like bare chested and arms, and like it's like, how is this not gay at all?
Because it's Rambo's fighting dinosaurs.
Because it's buff guys. Buff guys. All right, so I got a question for you, Jill. Since we're fixated on this topic, we're just going to talk about the topic. I don't care.
About boobs?
Whatever. I'm going to ask you a question.
All right.
Okay. So, if you were to imagine yourself in this like fantasy world where, you know, all cool shit happens and you're in the world, like describe yourself. What do you like? What do you look like? What do you act like? Just in like 30 seconds or less.
I act exactly like myself because I'm fucking hilarious.
There you go.
I'm taller than I am. My jugs are bigger and my waist is smaller.
There you go.
I drive a gigantic mech and my booty's a little bit more voluptuous rather than just a regular old booty.
Okay.
My hair's pink. I look basically like myself, just taller, bigger boobs, bigger butt, skinnier waist.
So yeah, my wife brought up this point to me, and I thought it was really, really kind of smart. She says, okay, so one of the things about you know, the miniature games that is not appealing to most women is the fact that it's mostly war, and that's just not interesting to them, right?
Yeah.
And in your fantasy world, us guys, when we talk about ourselves, we're like, oh yeah, if I'm in that game, I'm gonna be powerful. I'm gonna be, you know, I'm gonna have the giant rock hard like muscles, and I'm gonna be all buff and tall, and I'm gonna have like a James Earl Jones voice and just be a badass generally, right?
Yeah.
Well, what she points out to me is, well, women also want to be badasses for sure, and they also want to be powerful, but they also want to be desirable.
Yeah.
And that's a big part of being a woman is being more desirable. So in your fantasy,
for a woman to feel like she's desirable, she has to actually think she's sexier.
Yeah.
Right?
So right. And so one of the arguments that you hear is like, oh, women don't like being portrayed that way. They don't like their bodies out there and all this other stuff. And I'm like, are you sure about that? Because a lot of the women I talk to are saying, no, let's celebrate the hot. If this is a fantasy world.
And then there's normal women like me and your wife who are like, yeah, let's like hoist those boobs up a bit so they look bigger. Let's wear a waist shaper so our waist looks a bit smaller and our ass looks a bit bigger, and wear heels so we can look taller and it makes our booty pop a little bit, right? Like it's, right. I don't know, there's some women that definitely are not okay with the super sexualized image that a lot of women perceive when there's women in comic books or video games or miniature games or card games or anything like that, because they are over sexualized, but that's because that is what's desirable. That's what sells.
Yeah, sure. And I'm not trying to take away from that viewpoint.
Yeah.
Because there's definitely some validity to it. But I would point this out to the miniature gaming crowd. All right. So not every woman is going to agree what they find to be offensive or unoffensive or whatever. And we're not there to tell women what they should find offensive or unoffensive or otherwise, right? So if you look at the industries that say a game like Relic Knights is supposed to appeal to, if you look at the comic book and anime fandoms, roughly comic books, I think it's reported 47% of comic book readers are female, right? And for anime, the number is somewhere in the high 40s. I think it's 45% of your U.S. anime fans are female. So okay, so the numbers actually pretty comparable. Then you go to miniature tabletop wargaming, where the number of female participants has got to be less than like 10%. It's well, let's say conservative. Let's pad it and say 25%, which is a super lie. There's no way 1 in 4 wargamers is female. It just doesn't happen. I think most people watching would tell me an estimate somewhere between 5 and 15%. What do you guys think?
There's probably 50 gamers in my town. 2 of us are.
Okay, so by that, we'll just call it, what do we want to call that? Like maybe...
4%.
4%, yeah. Okay, so miniature gamers, with you guys, the majority of people that I run into, not the majority, but at least half of the people I run into, they're telling me, guys that tell me, hey, this is sexist, I have a problem with this, whatever. Are you guys saying that you, and they're obsessed with bringing women into wargaming, which is another weird thing that I'll talk about in a minute here, but, so are you guys saying that your industry, which is 90% male, knows more about what's offensive or sexist to a woman than these other 2 industries, which are both over 40% female? Is that what we're saying? Are we saying, oh yeah, we know what's offensive, but yet the fandoms speak for themselves? I mean, clearly there are some women out there that are okay with that and not offended by it, and chances are there's a fair bit of them. So I don't know, just another thing there. Anyway, you guys have any comments? Put them in the comments section below. We're talking about, what are we talking about? Sex and war games?
Gaming.
Yeah.
Whether it's positive sexism or negative sexism, because there is such thing as...
They both exist. Yeah.
Alright, I'll be right back. I need more.
Some more comments. Paint some Kingdom Death, and when you're doing a female, you have to paint 2 sets of lips. Okay.
It's true, though. If you've ever played a Kingdom Death mini, and they're one of, like, the larger scale ones, there's definitely 2 visible sets of lips.
Okay.
And see, most girls would be offended that somebody said that.
Yes.
I think that's hilarious.
Yes. Okay, but next question. So we paint these miniatures and whatever, and you can make, I think you can make, a lot of us try to make the argument to people that, hey, painting these miniatures is really like doing art, right? Like performing art. They want to equate this, painting this, to, say, painting a portrait or sculpting. You know, I know Minutes on the Sun, he does sculpting, but like what he does, I think it's totally safe to say that's comparable to what you would consider classical fine art sculpting, because sculpting is sculpting and painting is painting, and you can say, and if it's art, then it's art, right? So why is my painting this chick with the big booty any more degrading than, say, a person that's painting or sketching a nude or anything like that? I mean, why is that? And in fact, if you look at the amount of clothing on this model, she definitely has a lot more on than a witch elf does.
Well, look, all of her stuff is covered.
Yeah, but I guess what I'm saying is, like, why does that line seem so arbitrary to me?
Because a large percentage of our community, and I don't want to sound like a jackass here, but I know, at least in Prince George, a huge percent of the tabletop gaming community is male virgins who still live in somebody's basement. And
okay.
I know that makes me sound like a giant jackass, but it's true. And they feel uncomfortable when near a woman in tight-fitting clothing, whether it's a miniature or an actual human being.
Mm-hmm.
At least that's what I've observed, being a woman who purposely wears tight-fitting clothing to tournaments because I know it helps me win games because I'm a jackass.
That's funny. Yeah, I mean, it's why is like me painting something like this, or even Kingdom Death, right? Kingdom Death has a lot of graphic imagery, and for the record, I don't know that all that imagery is sexual. It may be genital. There's lots of genitalia
Exactly.
in Kingdom Death, and it's you might find it a bit disturbing, but guess what? The artist was trying to depict a bizarre and disturbing world. And when you get into fine art, a lot of the modern art out there, I know an artist who she does metalworking, and she says all of her work is about being perceived as a woman in the world today. You know, and she's like, you know, she's really into that portrayal. So she does metalworking. She does, and she works with a lot of copper and brass. And most of the stuff she puts out are like copper and brass flowers. And obviously, those of you who know a little bit about art know what that represents, or you could probably figure it out.
The vagina.
Yeah, and that's the majority of her work is flowers, or sometimes she just sculpts like straight up vagina. She'll just do a metal vagina, and she'll say it's important the metals that I use, because she mixes the metals to make it, and she makes statements that way. Like, how is that any different than what this guy over at Kingdom Death is doing? You know, making his monsters, or making.
I personally think it is any different.
Yeah, I personally don't think it's any different. You guys watching, feel free to comment, because, I don't know, I feel like I'm missing something, because it seems like there's a very prevalent, predominant attitude about what's okay and what isn't in the miniature game. And I think for a niche like us that have bought so hard just to say that it's okay to play a miniatures game, I just find this whole separation here a little hypocritical, if I'm being totally honest.
I agree 100%.
So, I don't know. So, let me know in the comments what you think.
I actually have a comment real fast, and it's
Okay.
You know, a lot of the people that prejudge this game is based on the model line, but they haven't actually played the game. And like you think about it and you're like, bro, just play the game and then judge it, not based on the models, but on the game. Because you're judging an entire game, an entire company based on just a couple of models that aren't necessarily meant to be what people think they're supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, it kind of bugs me that, you know, in this game there is no, like, quote-unquote, like, oh, seduce spell or whatever, right? In War Machine, there is. There is a literal spell that, in quote-unquote words, is what it's supposed to be. And literally in Mercenaries, I'm pretty sure there's a...
There is, the pirate bitch. The pirate bitch, like, blows her tits off. And then men fall in love with her.
Yep. And
I know, I used to play pirate.
Oh, yeah, so War Machine. Oh, God, can't play that game because it offends women. Oh,
or
no.
El Dorado, you know, the game that I do a podcast about.
Oh, yeah, El Dorado is offensive on many
production. Also, the succubus are crazy sexy.
Mm-hmm. Well, here's the thing. It's like, it's because, and I think it's personally because it's a boys' club, that ultra-violence is okay. Because that's what a lot of us are in this about. We want to see, like, cool stuff, blowing shit up, and, you know, getting gutted by the other guy. And this is war, and it's fun, and whatever, right? That's what guys like. We celebrate violence much more than women do. Whatever. But so in stuff like video games, we fought like the last 20 years. We fought society, telling them that, hey, if video games do not make violent people, do violent people play video games? Yes. Did the video game make them violent? No. And So we fought for so long to beat that perception out, and yet we're still at like, oh, but I can play my violent guy, and you can't judge me about that. But we can't play this big booty chick with a gun, cause no sex.
Another thing is, a lot of people feel that the girls wielding a giant gun is super duper phallic, and I think that's bullshit too.
Ah, man, I missed it.
What?
Well, what if a guy is wielding a really big gun? Then what happens then?
Guy expressing his power.
Well, isn't it like what's the difference? If you take the same gun and put it on a different miniature, what is the difference?
I see no difference, but I know there are people, at least in my gaming community here, that see a huge difference.
Oh my god.
If a female is wielding a giant, awesome, sexy gun, then she is holding a giant penis. If a guy's holding the same gun, then he's showing how powerful he is. And it's such...
Literally, you should take two models and do that. Just be like, oh yeah, I've got this great new model that I painted up, and it's this super awesome like Space Marine or like warrior guy, and this is the gun he's got.
Sister Battle. I've done that. I have done exactly that. And people were like,
that's weird.
oh, she's kind of offensive. And I'm like, well, why? And they're like, because it looks like she's holding a giant penis. And I'm like, it's painted like a gun?
Yeah.
No, if I painted it like skin colors, then maybe.
It's like, bro, if that's what you're seeing, I think you've got a bigger problem than just miniature.
Which one of us has the problem? If you're the one sexualizing the mini.
That's not my issue. That sounds like a you problem.
That is quite interesting. All right.
I think
Reloading some comments here.
Your dog is going insane.
He is. Let me take care of him. BRB.
No problem.
Attention.
Okay. Let's see where we're at. Oh. Okay, some more comments coming in.
Canvas says that he's glad there's a conversation about vaginas taking place.
I want to play, but I live in Bakersfield now, and I don't know any other Wargamer types. I just like building stuff for kicks. I would drive down there if there's a community.
Back.
Yeah. Yeah, John. Hook up with. I'm gonna. If it's cool with you, I'll hook you up with Steam Power TV. That's Steven. And I don't know if you guys know each other. You guys are both YouTubers, so that's cool. But yeah, Steven is a press ganger for War Machine in the Bakersfield area. He's a really cool guy. So that would be cool if you guys if you wanted to get some gaming in. I'm sure Steven would be up for it because Steven's awesome like that. So yeah, let me know if that's cool, and we'll and if it's cool with Steven also, we'll just we'll let you guys kind of get contact. All right, so I forgot to mention what I'm doing with the pantyhose here. Okay, so for pantyhose, what I do is I start with Vallejo Black Gray, and I gradually mix in this color, heavy skin tone, and I just mix it up, and I do a number of layers, all super, super thin layers, and just add a little bit more skin color to it until it looks sheer, because that's what you're going for. You're looking for a sheer colored like pantyhose thing.
Is it the same skin tone that you use?
It's the actually deeper. It's the very first color I put down when I'm doing skin.
Okay, so it's your
more,
color then.
Yeah, it's more of the undercoat than it is the base coat. Another thing that works if you're worried about your transitions being too hard when you're doing this, instead of thinning with water, you can thin with glaze medium, which is cool. And you just build really, really thin layers with the glaze medium. And it should look pretty cool when it's done. I've done this, like I said, I've done this on a lot of Malifaux figs. And
If
just a
anyone
cool
wants
tech.
to buy me deck and send them to me, I will paint them.
Mm-hmm.
God, they're gorgeous. I'm looking at them right now online, rather than doing my homework.
Yeah, homework is for when you're. Yeah.
Homework is
Sure. Yeah.
not like I want a degree or anything.
So yeah, that is the pantyhose going down. And I'm just gonna you just keep adding highlights obviously, and you go smaller and smaller until you hit the tops of the knees, till you hit the uh, the tallest part of the calf. And it should look pretty good. Don't go too if you go too far with the highlighting, what you can do is you can come back with either an umber or a black wash and kind of blend stuff back in. So that will also work.
Cool.
I'm doing this okay. You just keep adding flesh where essentially you're adding flesh where the stocking would be the tightest. So like right here, the round of the calf, the kneecap, all of that stuff is where your stocking is going to be the tightest, and so it will be the most. The light will shine through that part the most, and that's where you'll get your sheer effect.
I actually do have
Stupid
glaze medium.
pervert painting pantyhose.
God, so offensive.
Wow.
So offensive.
I don't know if I can continue partaking in the stream because you're painting pantyhose, and that offends my gender.
I need to be helped. I need to go to a hospital real fast. Come on, guys. I mean, like, half the game is modeling and painting. You can do whatever the hell you want with that. So if you personally think that some of them are offensive, just why don't you paint them differently?
Yeah, you can paint like on the novitiates or whatever. You can paint leggings on them.
That's what I'm gonna do.
The thing, you can paint. In fact, there are no exposed boobs in this game, which is interesting. If you look at the GW stuff, there's lots of exposed boob.
Mostly in
When you're looking at Slanesh.
The diamonds.
the Damons.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Keeper of Secret just did like the one boob. So I don't know. It's the other thing is
Keeper of Secrets online, and she's got both boobs out.
oh,
And then I think she has 2 more underneath them.
so 4 boobs.
I don't know if it's 4 or 6. Let me find out.
But it's okay because it's a
Okay, because it's
Warhammer game.
it's okay because it's only a demon from the warp that eats your soul when you die. There's nothing offensive about that.
I lied.
Of
She
course
has
not.
boobs, but 5 of them are exposed.
5 boobs.
One of them has a breastplate on it. I
Oh,
like
that's-
motioning over my boob.
Okay, last highlight on the pantyhose.
I think me Hardy is ready for some wash.
Me hardy. All right. It's kind of cool to just take your time on one miniature. I don't get to do that very often. Might have gone one highlight too many on this, but I'm okay with that. It's fine.
It is very quiet.
Yep.
Oh,
Concentrating.
Me too.
I could pretend that I'm concentrating. But I'm really just playing around with my computer.
Oh, you know what we forgot to do, Andrew?
What did we forget?
Stats on the model.
Oh, hey!
Stats.
I want to
What do
see,
they
like,
do?
what's the play style is my main.
I
thought.
brought her card out here. I picked it up and I walked over here. Can't find anything in this mess. I just had it. I swear to you. I even put it in front of the camera for a second, and then we started to talk, and then I put it somewhere, and now I don't know where it is. It'll pop up in a minute. Gotta be here. It was just here, literally. It was just here. How annoying is that? Now this is Dark Space Rinfara. No, I literally just grabbed her stat card. Right? You guys were over there, and I walked over it, and I flashed the stat card in front of the camera for a minute, and then we continued to talk, and then where did it go? Uh-oh. That sucks, because I need it to play.
Uh-oh.
I believe in you.
Believe in the heart of the cards, Octave.
Part of the card, the one card that's here somewhere. And she'll pop up in a minute. I'm going to keep painting pantyhose. Let's reload comments here and see where we're at.
Dang it, did I mess up on his beard? Darn, I messed up on his beard.
I should have covered the stats
No.
while I had it in front of the camera, but it's okay. What did I do?
There's just more vagina conversation happening.
More vagina?
Yeah.
In the comments?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Mostly because I'm encouraging it.
Dude, where did it go? This is not a big room. And I was sitting when I flashed the card in front of the camera. So it's like, literally, it needs to be within arm's reach of me, wherever I put it. That is
Maybe
annoying.
Are you sitting on it?
Might be sitting on it.
Because that's where my little, like, paintbrush thing was.
Nope, not sitting on it.
I was going crazy.
Is it in your pocket?
Not in my pocket. It would be slicing my flesh up. If it were anywhere.
Well, that's not fun.
It'll be here. It's here. Just gotta find it. I didn't put it up there, did I? No? Okay.
So, how did you enjoy being on the podcast?
Yay! Alright, before we move on, we can do this while I've got it. Okay. So 9-point model. 6'5" for movement. Stats are nothing to write home about. No armor. A mere 9 wounds. And let's see. Ranged attack for 2 orange and a yellow. This is a damage 4 flip 8. So this is another one of those random chaos gun flips.
Yay.
Let's see. And then she's got a guard that's a 3/2 orange yellow that can gain overcharge, which would end up being 4/4. So you can gain an overcharge guard, which is nice. And then this support ability, Red Tail. Move Isabeau 10 inches, ignoring intervening objects. Isabeau may not make a follow-up move. So that's like the same move as Moffat, basically. She also has Chaos Master and Looter.
Oh, Chaos Master.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So for a 9-point model, that's not bad. If she doesn't have cards on her though, she's kind of boned, but not bad overall.
Yeah, I think I'm liking Dark Space Candy a little bit more than that because Dark Space Candy same point cost, except you got that rapid fire press, which is
Yeah, Dark Space Candy is pretty badass.
you can just walk up to a unit of Swordsworn and be like, "Hey guys, guess what I do? 4 damage or 5 damage. Exactly what I need to kill you."
Oh, I've messed up a whole bunch of space on this model. Fix that.
Yeah. So, Octave, how did you enjoy being on the podcast and recording with me and guys?
I had a lot of fun. I had to run in the middle of it to put my kid to sleep, so that was interesting. But I'm sure Dave will figure out how to edit that out, or there's just going to be a section where I'm not talking.
Yep.
But that's okay. But yeah, it was a lot of fun.
There was a good 5-minute portion where I had to run away and go vomit.
Yeah, I did not even.
Don't even know that you listen to Cloud Trotter.
I did not even know that happened. Yeah, what was cool about it was, I was able to talk about Immortals with other Eldorado players, and like when I'm normally talking Eldorado, normally talking with people that have very, very little experience with the game. So being able to discuss one of my favorite games with a bunch of other Eldorado players was awesome, and then also talk about some of my experiences with the Inferno models and how I've been using them was also really cool. All it really did was it just made me want to play more Eldorado. So it's like I left that. I was like, oh man, I really want to play more Eldorado, but I'll get back to it. At some point. We're gonna ride this Relic Knights for a while, see if we can get a play group or a group of guys around the game, and at some point they're gonna say, hey, let's try something else. What else you got? And at that point, I think we can go, hey, Eldorado. Give it a shot. But yeah, for right now, the priority though is getting more people to play around playing this game, because there actually are a lot of people that may own stuff or are interested in stuff and don't know where to go. So
yeah, for sure, you definitely got to support the game that's being played in your local niche.
So yeah, so right now it's more about just like every time we play a game every week, I'll post something up about it somewhere, and some people think, oh, that's kind of spamish or whatever. You're just, bragging about what you're doing. No, it's actually because you never know. Somebody might be looking at that page that week going, oh, hey, I play in Orange County and I want to learn how to play Relic Knights. And so if they didn't look one week and you missed them that one week, well, that's another potential player that you might have lost. So that's the reason why, I'm all about every time you play or you're going to play somewhere, let us know, because there might be somebody that none of us know that might be looking at the page at that point, or and so just getting the word out, very important. What about yourself? How did you like me on the show? Was I annoying?
It was not have only yelling at me. I tend to kind of derail us regularly. I have the attention span of a spoon, so it works.
I don't think it would be that hard to derail that crew, though.
No, it's ridiculous, the three of us. Like when.
But yeah, that was a lot of fun. So I can see why you guys have fun doing that podcast, and it's definitely really entertaining to listen to.
Well, thank you.
If you were to tell me that, hey, this is a battle report in an audio-only format, me being a painter and being a visual-only guy that loves boobs, oh no! I might be like, that's not that interesting. It really is. Like I
But
listen to the battle reports and. I'm sorry. What was that?
you can toss it on in the background while you're painting.
Yeah, that's actually the perfect thing to do with the podcast is have it running while you're painting. Viv, if you're watching, this is a good podcast to listen to while you're painting because I know you were remarking to me the other day that you wanted more stuff to have on either YouTube or podcast to listen to while you're painting. You may want to check them out. It's called Total Command, and they cover Eldorado in detail. You can actually learn a lot about Eldorado, the game rules, as well as they go in depth with the model rules as well. And it's these 3 Canadians. Yeah.
Yep, that's us.
That's pretty accurate, right?
Well, we are. There's 3 of us, and we are all Canadian. So yeah.
Just making sure that that's accurate.
Grayson is first generation Canadian.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, his mom's from
His mom's from where?
Michigan.
Michigan. Okay. So almost Canadian.
No, Grayson's 100% Canadian.
No, I mean those people from Michigan.
Oh, yeah, kind of.
They're almost Canadian.
Not like Minnesota.
Minnesota, quite Canadian. And then you have like kind of a different. You got kind of have a different brand of Canadian there, like towards Wisconsin.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a fun part of the country, though. I like that. I like the Midwest there. That's
the Midwest
people
is
are very fun. Chicago is a very fun town. I enjoy Chicago quite a bit. Used to go there quite regularly for work. Okay, just doing pretty well. Coming along here. What's I need to do here? And we are coming to time, but I'm just going to keep painting because I want to finish this model now, so that we can show Tin Man a front and a back. So I don't want to disappoint him.
Everyone's gonna want to see pictures of that booty.
Yeah, it's booty shots. This chick does have quite the booty, though. I want to show this to my wife. My wife will be impressed with the booty. Let's see. Did Andrew come back yet, or is he done for the night?
He's there. I think he's sitting quiet.
Okay. Let's see. No other comments. Oh, you know what else? I need to check our Q&A because I always...
Oh, Andrew is muted himself.
Oh, we didn't get any... Oh, wait. We
Oh,
had...
whoops. I didn't know I was on mute.
We had 2 comments in the Q&A. One is ass, and the other is question mark. All right. Asked by Gabby Barnett. Yes, sure. I'm gonna answer yes to that question.
Yes.
And then the next one is question mark, to which I'm going to reply the answer is ass. So they just answered each other's question right there.
Perfect. No work for us.
Ass and then question mark.
I
I
feel
have her
like
on this.
really just people that like sound as long as we
The people that hop into comments sometimes have no idea what we're doing. Like
Yeah.
I'll get comments in there like, "Are you guys painting chess pieces?" or "What is that? And did you make that? And that's amazing," and that kind of stuff.
The correct response is always yes.
Yes is the answer. By the way, John Minutes on the Sun, if you're still watching, your last video was freaking hilarious. Where he did some like showing off some terrain that he's built for bolt action, and he did it in, I want to say it's a like an Italian, it's a Italian or Euro accent, was really thick, almost Greek. It was interesting and entertaining as well. So okay, so there we go. So the base colors are all done. Now I'm just gonna come across and just start highlighting stuff. So now we're gonna drop a little white into all the blue-gray stuff to take us more towards base gray. And I can put my super fine detail brush away. One thing I will say about Relic Knights is I've got this annoying mold line here that I thought I had taken care of. I thought I was diligent about, but still there. And that is annoying. That is one of my complaints about Relic Knights. I really wish they had not done this line in PVC that gets a lot of mold lines in it. Any comments, Andrew, about mold lines or anything like that?
Yeah, mold lines are a lot of them. A lot of them. I kind of just gave up after a while. I was like, you know, I'm just going to paint them and then see what happens.
Mm-hmm. Dave would not be impressed. If you look at any of his miniatures, you wouldn't be able to tell that there were mold lines. Like, you would think that he had sculpted each of them out of a computer or whatever. Like, he puts his minis together flawlessly. He doesn't paint.
He doesn't paint them, though.
But
we have the opposite problem. Dave and I have the opposite problem. I will paint all day, but a lot of times we'll end up with a mold line or a piece of flash on there. I think it's annoying. Man, I thought I had taken care. The mold line is right in the middle of her hair, which really sucks.
Yeah, you know, I did notice that. The mold lines in the hair are like really random.
like, there's no way for you to be able to hide it or anything?
There's no easy way. I'm actually gonna fix this with kind of a little more, almost a little more textured approach, dropping a little heavier coat, and then just to kind of muddy up that line. And I took a knife to it just to break up the line. And I mean, you can't really tell unless you know where to look for the mold line. It's just annoying to me because I know it's there and it stands out to me. You guys might not even be able to pick it out, but I can totally see it.
Yo, Octave, I have a good discussion topic.
Yeah?
Notice that a lot of people are concerned that RK is super scenario based, and like I've seen it a lot actually, especially explaining it to some of my friends, like just explaining that it's really scenario based and not killing stuff. How would you? What do you think about that?
Yeah, I would say it is probably the most directly scenario-based skirmish game out there. So for sure it is, but that would not preclude you from playing a killy playstyle. I saw a guy at the tournament that actually was basically saying, yeah, that's the way I want to play it. And I said, well, it's going to be a little hard because it's not exactly built for that. And he's like, yeah, that's okay. I can figure out when and where to kill stuff and still play that way. And he ended up finishing second. And most of the time, he was just trying to kill stuff.
I must meet this man so he can teach me his ways.
That said, I mean, that's if you are playing Relic Knights as a purely a combat game, I don't know that this is the best system for it, honestly. I mean, War Machine is fantastic for that. Hell Dorado probably the most brutal skirmish game out there. That's a great game if you're looking to just bash someone's skull in. And Eldorado, by the way, really good scenario system, and also scenario focused, but also a very brutal system. So I'm just saying, there's options out there. This game can be played that way, but I guess what I'm saying is it's not the. Whereas killing stuff is a primary focus of a lot of other skirmish games, this game is a little bit more comprehensive. Like you can kill stuff. Like I know in your games, Andrew, you spend a lot of time just trying to kill knights because it's funny, but it also does net you 3 VP. So, I mean, you can play that way, but the difference is it's not the sole focus of the game. Whereas in other games, combat's going to feature very, very predominantly. This just isn't the game for it, and it makes no apologies about not being the game for that. So peace. I'm just kidding. But yeah. Yeah, I don't know. That's how I'd respond to it. I'd say, hey, this is a very different game, and it is what it is. And
Yeah, I have to agree on that.
It's one of the things I really like about the game is the fact that you can play your playstyle that you want, and you're getting your VP for trying to kill my knight, and I can play the playstyle I want, which is more about disrupting people and scoring objectives and learning to work the stuff a little bit, because that's what I like to do in these types of games. I personally, and that's always been my way with skirmish games, is I always try to play the faction that maybe not so killy, but either through movement or other shenanigans, they get the job done. I love that playstyle.
Cool.
Man, wish these yellow transitions would come down a little bit smoother. I have to. I know what I'm gonna do.
I hate painting yellow.
I love yellow, painting yellow. Just,
Really?
Yeah. It has to do with the fact that I started off in the hobby as an Eldar player. So
I started off as like first player.
Yeah. So I would gravitate towards the color schemes that people hated to paint, like whites and yellows and all that stuff. Just because it's, I don't know. I just think it looks cool and it stands out.
I was one of those kids that primed black but painted all my minis white. It was pretty rough.
I went through that phase because there was a point where they were where the pro painters were telling everyone, "Oh no, you have to prime black. You gotta prime black. It's better. It's better." And so I just kind of went that way because when you're learning how to paint, you basically learn somebody else's system, and then as you gain your own experience, then you start modifying it for yourself. Exactly. So I was painting all black. I was priming all black for a long time, but then I realized that, hey, that most of the time I'm on the other side of the color spectrum, so wouldn't it make more sense if I primed white? So I started priming white, and there's a learning curve there because when you prime white, your stuff comes out brighter, but then your mistakes pop brighter as well. And whereas black, you get automatic outlining, you get shadow, you can build your colors up as gradually as you like.
Yeah.
White is just nice because your color comes out really, really vibrant, and I love that.
Well, it all depends on what you're doing. Like, I also use gray a decent amount.
Mm-hmm.
Because you get the benefits of both, which is nice.
Yeah, honestly, the only stuff that I prime gray is like terrain. But the most part, I would tend to prime either black or white. And I'm not saying that that's correct. That's just how I always end up doing it.
Just how you do it.
Yep. All right. I'm actually going to paint with a little bit of airbrush paint. Airbrush yellows are nice too. If you're not sure how to thin it, just break out some airbrush yellow. Yeah, she's almost done. Just need some base work, and I'm gonna smooth out the work on the cloth here. I know we're at 2 hours. I normally end the show here, but I'm just going to go a little bit longer because I'm almost done with this model. So, all right. Next step.
Yeah, I finally finished painting one of me Hardys. And, man, I take forever on these. God.
Well, they're all hodgepodge.
Yeah, they're really crazy. I like them though. There goes my fate.
Alright, I think I'm going to color at night because I have school in like 8 hours.
No.
Nice. Alrighty.
School.
Okay. I know. Lord.
Okie dokie. Have a good one. Thanks for hopping on.
Yeah, sure. I will probably. Have a good night, everybody.
Later.
Good night.
Bye. And listen to the Total Command podcast. Okay, bye.
Good night. Cannot find my yellow ink. Oh, because it's already out. Alright. So yellow ink, and I'm going to go with some matte medium to kind of reduce the sheen a little bit.
Cool. You know, I am looking into Kisa, and that would be a fun model to run.
Yes. Kisa is a fun model to paint. Alright, so a little matte medium and a little bit of ink. Mix this up. There we go. And this is just going to smooth out transitions.
Quick question, Octave. If you have a cadre ability, does it affect the knight as well?
Yes.
Good God, Kisa has 4 on all her defenses.
She has what?
She has 4, so you draw 4 cards if you're getting hit by anything.
Yeah. Kisa's pretty baller. And her knight ability is ridiculous too, where her held cost counts as more than 2.
Yeah, I kind of don't like her redirect though. How it redirects it to a friendly unit.
Oh, most redirects go to friendly units.
Yeah, I don't want to blow up my own novitiate squad.
Yeah, I hear you.
But she does have Essence Master, so that probably means that she has some crazy block of some sorts from that.
Mm-hmm.
You could get the Mystic Shield, buffing yourself up to 6 armor. So I mean, you'll be living most stuff. Or you can Erotic Defense. That's awesome.
Oh, Kisa has Chaos.
Yep, Chaos
As well?
Initiate and Essence Master.
Oh, nice. That's cool.
God, Esper Storm AoE debuff damage 5? What the heck?
So I take it you're going to be playing Kisa soon.
You know, I'm actually thinking, I'm looking into, like, Kate as my first knight. Oh, wait, I play Candy. Oh, whoops. Yeah, but the Joyful Anarchy is such a funny ability.
It's too dark. The rest is good. It's a good color here. So I'm just basically almost done with her, just doing the base stuff. And just putting a bunch of browns down on the different browns and grays on the base, because she's walking through a bunch of wreckage essentially.
That's cool. Yeah, Kate's Cadre ability, I think, is really good because it gives everyone a 2 Chaos, 1 Essence attack that is damage 4, push 4. That means, like, yeah, your Corsairs can do 8 damage and push something 4 inches.
Yeah, and the push is nice.
Can you push an objective into a wall and it'll take wall damage?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
We're also going to have for the tournament, we're also going to have like special rules that say no matter where you put your objective, there will always be a way by which a model can interact with it. So
Yeah.
you know, I know how a lot of people like wedge objectives and stuff, and that's fine. It's pretty smart. But what we're gonna do is, you know, if you can't physically make contact with the objective to do your scenario, that it actually, you know, the physical closest you can be will also count towards being as being in base. So like if you were able to wedge your objective on all 360 around it, if something is in contact with the object that is surrounding the base, then it is also in contact with the objective.
Yeah, and you know, I think we should probably not play like objectives being able to be under buildings.
Yes.
Because that's a little ridiculous.
No, what we're going to say is that if an objective is under it, we're actually going to screw the person doing that. Because if the objective is under a building, then if you're in contact, all you have to do is be in contact with the building, and you are in contact with the objective. So you're actually making it easier for the other person.
Yeah, and I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of I'm going to put my objective 2 stories above ground. So
yes.
That's going to be interesting.
So what we're going to say is, if you do that, then anything in contact with the building will be in contact with the objective. So it's just... So the advantage to being up top of a building is you might be behind some cover, your objective might get cover, that kind of stuff. But for purposes of interacting with it, we're going to say that that there's no advantage to doing that.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. Well, you can't really make her out. She's pretty cool.
Have you looked into the rust bucket?
I've seen the picture of it, but I haven't looked at any of the stats or anything. I tend not to I really haven't done much deep dive stuff with Relic Knights yet. Just more into playing it and getting other people to play it right now. I know that the people that come to my events and play my events will be more into figuring that stuff out anyway. So.
Cuckoo. Yeah, because the Rust Bucket is like I really like the way it plays, and it's a giant mech, so I'm looking forward to when that comes out.
I know it does look pretty awesome.
It's like a mixture of like a War Machine, Colossal, and like a Tau suit.
Mm-hmm. I am looking forward to what's it called? Castellan. The Castellan units for Shattered Sword, because those also look like Gundams.
Oh yeah, is that the mech?
Yeah.
Oh gosh, that you're making me want to play Shattered Sword, man.
Well, Jose will
one of
play
these
Shattered
days.
Sword. So,
Yeah.
but I don't know. Right now, I have like one of something from every faction, but I want to cut down to like maybe 3, maybe 4 different cadres.
Oh, I see.
Or different factions. Okay, so pretty well done here. Just letting her dry down. Pretty much done. I don't know if I should. I was thinking about running a green ink into the hair, just thinning the, or not an ink, a wash. Just thinning the wash down and getting it on there on her hair, but I think it looks okay. A wash may actually smooth out some of these transition stuff, so maybe I will do that. Since I've got a bunch of other stuff trying on the model. Alright, so she's definitely going to make it into my Harbonath list.
Cool.
Not because I like her that much, but because I need a 9-point model in the Harbonath list. So it will probably be her, Moffat, and probably Iron Chef. And that's 50 points.
Cool. Oh god, the Iron Chef shenanigans.
But I don't know if I can paint Dark Space Iron Chef. I'll play Dark Space Iron Chef.
Oh, that guy's awesome.
I don't know any of his rules right now, but I just think that model's also really awesome. The Solid Snake.
Yep.
All right, so let's. Man, I did no work on the Eldorado model. Sorry, Eldorado. Wanted to paint her real quick. Okay, Dark Space Iron Chef. Let's get the model. That's Zeneda. Are you getting a Dark Space Zeneda?
I have
For your doctor?
one.
Oh, you have one?
Yes, I do.
That's right. You got it. Part of that prismatic deal.
Yep.
All right. Here we go. Dark Space Iron Chef. Alright, so 13 points, 5-4 move, kind of garbage stats, 2s on everything, then 1 armor, 3 held, and 3, 6, 9, 12, 13 hit, 13 wounds. So, okay. It's got a damage 4, piercing 1, ranged. Nothing really to write home about. It's got a compel, 2 purple and a blue for compel 6. That's nice.
Wow, that's really cheap.
Yeah, and then he has a melee, 3 purple, 3 blue, overcharge, damage 7, piercing that can press to damage 10, and gain
Whoa,
knockback.
what?
Okay.
Whoa.
Suddenly
Hey,
a
buddy.
badass.
Wait, how much did that cost for all the presses?
Well, if you bought everything, you're out 6 blue, 3 purple, 3 red. But damage 10, knockback, piercing 1, overcharge.
That's a cross killer right there, buddy.
Yeah, that's a one-shot punch someone in the face maneuver. Corruption Initiate, Law Initiate, and Stealth.
Yes, stealth? Oh my gosh.
And then check this out, Brown Box. When Iron Chef is idle, he cannot be targeted by ranged or psychic attacks.
Oh, I'm
Holy
done.
crap.
I'm done. I'm leaving. I'm out of here. That's the end of me. I'm
Wow.
done. I'm
Mark
going.
that idle. Okay, I'm building him. Sure.
Good God. So
That's
I was
awesome.
thinking of playing Black Diamond. I was just joking.
Yeah. Well,
There were
so
I was thinking of picking up every faction, but Black Diamond was like, you're probably gonna be last.
yeah, the bottom faction on my list is no Empire. They just don't do anything for me, but
Yeah, I don't know why I would start now.
there are some models in No that I think are awesome, but I don't know. The playstyle just doesn't appeal to me. It's just pure combat.
And when I'm
No
even
also
looking,
has
oh, go for it.
No also has some pretty good defensive tech too, but I don't know. It just I don't know. They don't nothing in No really screams out to me like you gotta play No because of this. I don't have that thing screaming at me.
You know, I don't know what's like super appealing about No.
Some people really like the demon aesthetic. Some people also really like that they're beefy guys. That No has a lot of charges, a lot of pushes, and a lot of and some snares. Which I guess that part of it would be fun. Just dropping snares on people, pulling them over to you, and punching them in the head.
Yeah, I want to play No because I know they can put out a bunch of damage, but like I don't know, man.
If we get bored enough, we'll pick it up. We'll be like, okay, I've been playing this for how many weeks now, or how many months, and I'm gonna pick up some No now. Try it out.
Yeah, you know, it's so easy. Wow, I just noticed how many times we said No. But yeah, it's so easy to just pick up like an entire tournament army for like any
Nope.
faction you want.
Yeah, 50 points is stupidly easy to build.
Okay.
Oh man. Okay, so that's about where I'm going to take the model tonight. I don't think there's really much left to do on her. Maybe just I'll just do a little cheap highlight. There's really not much left on this model to do. So there we go. I'll do a Tin Man, I'll shoot I'll shoot a couple of shots of her tonight, even though the ink is still drying. That's what takes the longest. But then we'll pick it up tomorrow. I'm gonna reload comments one more time. I do have to get up at around 5 in the morning and take my kid to the sitter.
Ooh, that's
Let's
early.
see. Any more comments? No. I think that's it, man. All right. Any final comments here before we sign off, Andrew?
I don't know. I think we're good.
All right. Cool. All right, guys. Well, thanks everyone for watching. Good luck on the next week's raffle. Again, you guys have until Tuesday of next week to drop a $5 or more donation to Extra Life. Look for Play It Painted on Extra Life, and you can donate to myself or any of the other teammates. But be sure, if you are donating to another teammate, be sure to indicate that you want to be included on the online raffle. Otherwise, my teammates may not even know to give me your name. So yeah, please do if you are donating to anybody other than me. But if you're donating to me, you're automatically in. Again, $5 for this raffle, or $15 to be in all of the upcoming raffles. Wow, commercial again. Damn it. Anyway.
For the kids. For the kids.
For the kids. For the kids. 100%. I don't get a dime, guys. Seriously. But anyway, we're going to call it there. I want to thank everybody for watching. Thanks for Andrew and Jill for hopping on. And see you on the next one.
There you go.